but yeah, so I was talking to my attorney was like, don't file until you think about it, Tony. Make sure you talk to her. She was like, have you talked to her? I said, I haven't talked to her too much. She said, make sure you reach out and do the best you can, because if you file this paperwork and this paper and there's no going back on it, they're going to put her into immediate deportation. And she erases everything. I have evidence of her beating me. Since in the past few months, I have evidence of her beating me. I have evidence of her choking me. I have evidence of her scratching on me and cussing me. I got all type of recordings, but she goes in there and she'll erase them.
Today, in Judge Manning's court, we have a wife seeking a TPO against her husband claiming DV. Now, this is not the usual DV case. The wife is in the U.S. on a marriage visa, and according to the husband, she could be facing deportation. There's a lot involved in this case, including the husband pulling the infamous "she deleted my evidence" defense. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get into the video.
Both parties, raise your right hand. You swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Ma'am?
Yes, I do.
All right, and you, sir?
I do.
All right. So, counsel, I really don't need an opening, so I want you to just go ahead and ask your client questions about, please stick to family violence.
Okay, Your Honor, I'd like to share, I guess I'd like to just go into the abuse.
Oh, perfect. Counsel, you are counsel gold star by his name.
I'm going to begin by sharing a video, if I could start with that, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
That kind of gives
Make
us
sure when you share it, Ms. Free taught me this, that you have to play share, you have to check that little box for audio.
Unfortunately, with the amount of bad words in that clip, I was not able to include it in this video. To see the clip, click on the link in the description box.
Your Honor, I think that's about enough there, but there's also text messages where the parties...
Let me interrupt you and ask you what the date was on that call.
The date would have been, it would have been before December of 2021. She can testify to that. I'm not sure exactly when.
All right. Anything recent?
Anything recent?
Right. Recent. Right. What's happened recently?
Recently, there's really, within the next month, I don't think I have anything. It's just a lot of anger. He did show up at her job where she was fired from her job because the employer was fearful for their family.
So that's what, okay, so what has happened what's the most recent event that's happened? That just happened in December, but here it is, October 2022. So what happened? I mean, that's horrible, but I want to know what happened.
Can I say something?
Well, hopefully he knows and he can get you there, but go ahead.
Yeah, I do have a picture recently and a doctor report from recently.
Okay, so there was a picture. So something happened, and there was a picture you had to take, either of yourself, bruised, property. So what violent event or threatening event or dangerous event happened recently?
Yeah, he choked me. When
did that happen?
That happened, I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. I know it's a week before I left, but let me just.
Okay, so and when did you? So just give me a good estimate. So
that's on the 20th of July.
July. All right. Anything happen? All right. So, counsel, talk to me. Got her through this.
The employment was after that. I mean, there was phone calls. And,
all right. What happened after that?
What happens is that a lot of times,
ask her so she can tell me.
Okay. As on the day of you're employed with Dr. Maria, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, and it is my understanding that your husband actually showed up at your job. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, what happened there? Could you tell the judge?
On that day, I wasn't at home. I was out, and then he texted me. He said he is outside the door. I didn't know what he was talking about because I know I didn't give him the address. I don't know how he get the address. So I wasn't even thinking he was there in that house. But then a few minutes after that, Dr. Maria, which is my employer, she wrote to me and said, I think Tony's outside. I could see him from the doorbell camera. And then him and another girl who was living in the house, they had a conversation. He asked her about me, like he wants to speak to me. She told him, I'm not there at the moment. So pretty much what happened after that was my boss, which is the owner of the house, she was fearing for her life, and then for the family, of course, for me as well. And she told me not to come, not even to get my stuff. So the only way she allowed me to get some of my stuff was to go there with the sheriff, which I did. I think a week after that, I went there to get some of my stuff, but there was very fear still. They don't want me to show up there. I still have a lot of my stuff there left, and the only way I can get it is her sending it to me where I am. So there, she believes she saw a gun in his pocket. That's why she is fearing for her life and for her family. So I lost my job. I get fired because of that.
There was also another incident prior to that where did you move out of your house? And then where did you go when you moved out?
But I want her to give the location if she's in fear for her safety, obviously. You know, like, don't give the specific location. If you're in fear for your safety, ma'am, please don't give your address where you're living if he doesn't know.
No, I'm not going to give my address. I also want to ask him, or wondering how he gave the other address as well.
Okay, so stand by. So this choking, hold on. So the choking incident. So was anyone arrested?
No.
And then were the police called?
No, for that incident.
Okay. Now,
but I have a doctor report.
Okay, I get that. So in August, would he like text you, reach out to you, threaten you, anything like that?
He was reach out to me, text me, he called me, and then obviously was trying to contact me through my family as well.
So, all right. And when he would text you, what would he say?
It was more like begging, to come back to him.
All right. But did you feel harassed? Did you tell him to stop calling you?
Yeah, he was calling as well.
Did you tell him to stop calling you?
No, I wasn't responding to him.
So when he would call, you would just ignore him, or he would leave messages?
Yeah, I just ignore it. I never answer for his text message or call.
All right. What about what happened? How many times do you think he called you in August?
I'm not quite sure, but
Take a guess. How many times do you think he called you in August of this year? That was just last month.
Let's say 10 times.
All right. Did you feel harassed or intimidated or threatened?
Yes.
What about, has he called you in September, this month?
This month, yes, he called me. He called me on WhatsApp.
All right. When did he call you on WhatsApp?
Hold on one second, Your Honor. On the 11th of September.
And did you talk to him then, or what did he say?
No, I didn't talk to him. He called me.
Did he leave a message?
Just one second. Yeah, not on that day, but a few days before that, yes.
All right. Is that the last time he called you?
That's the last time he called me, yeah.
Anything else you want to ask her, counselor?
That's about it, I think. Yeah, that just basically sums it up. They've been in battle. I think it's best that the parties are separated. And
Is there a divorce action that's filed?
I have filed a divorce. Yeah, she has filed a petition.
Has he been served?
Well, there was one attempt that was made. I think he was hiding from service, so we may have to do it by publication, but we still haven't been able to serve him. But there was one attempt that was made. We plan on making it a second and third attempt.
Are there children?
No children, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Montgomery, what would you like to say?
Okay, Judge, as far as, okay, that video is terrible. And that was terrible. And I met her and she lived in Sweden at the time. It was going through coronavirus. I don't have any excuse for talking like that. That's my fault. I wish I could take it back, and I apologize to Saran for that. But it was just crazy times trying to get her over here, and she would never be really honest with me about what she was doing. And I would always find out that she would be hanging out with some guy, and I found out she was up at some guy's apartment, and he was some major contractor in the city, and I lost it. And I'm over here and I do everything. I pay everything to try to get her here, and I pay for the place there. I get her a place there. I do everything I can to make sure that she has everything she needs. And then she doesn't reciprocate it. And so I apologize for letting my emotions get to me. As far as the choking incident that she's referring to, it did not happen, Judge. She did call the police. She's not being honest with the courts. There's a police report. I don't know how I can get this to you so you can see it. If you can pull it up.
Usually you have to do it and share your screen. Because I can't, whatever you hold it up, I mean, I'm not really going to be able to read it. So if you have it.
Where's that at?
Do you have it scanned into your?
No, I don't.
All right, well,
I just have it right in the
sharing
hand.
your screen. I mean, you usually have it scanned in, you share your screen so that I can see the document. If you don't have that sharing your screen, it's only gonna.
Well, let me read this. Let me read this to you then. It says, I arrived at this scene. And
I don't want.
He says that he did not see any visible signs of her being choked. There was nothing. There was no fighting reported at the incident. There was nothing consistent with physical abuse. She calls the police and makes these false reports on me. She did it again in this was June 24th. She did it on June 3rd. She called and said that I stole her purse, and that I stole her wallet, her passport, her, what else did she say? $300 in here. And so again, it was just a report that she made, a false report that she made. I do not steal from her, Judge. I do not have any problem with her. I stay away from her. The only reason why I went and saw her on the whatever day that I went over there was because she left my house. So she's been working under the table. She's not being honest. She works under the table at 3 different jobs.
Man, let him talk.
And so she was working at Bole, this Ethiopian restaurant by the air. First she was working at a wig place, a hair place where you get wigs from on Memorial Drive. She stopped working there. She started working with I don't know. She got getting with the Ethiopian community. They got her to Bole restaurant down on College Park by the airport. She started working there. She started acting totally different. So then she was like, I'm gonna move out. I don't want to be married no more. And she was like, I'm gonna move in. This lady told me that I could work over there and live at her house, and I can get paid and she'll pay me to live over there and work over there and take care of her clients. She gave me the address and was like, I'm gonna go over there. And so this was like 2 weeks. She ended up coming back, starting a bunch of mess with my family. I took her to Seattle. And then when we came back from Seattle, she said I stole her purse. That I woke up the next morning, she called the police and told them that I had stolen her purse, and that I had taken her ID and I'd taken her money away from her. And totally false, just making up allegations. The next day, no, 2 days later, the next day, she has a real bad problem with her gums. So I took her to the doctor. Well, my insurance company told us we had to get a reimbursement because it was like a $10,000 procedure. So she got mad at that and was like, because in Sweden, medical is free. They gave her free gastric bypass surgery. They gave her free breast. They give her free everything. And so she comes over here and she thinks I'm supposed to just get everything for free. Like it doesn't work like that. And so I lost my train of thought. But she ended up moving. She ended up moving out, and so when she ended up moving out, she moved out, and I didn't contact her. This was like July 5th. She moved out. I didn't hear from her till like August the 3rd. She called me and hung up, and I text, and she texted me and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you," and then I was like, "No worries." And I said, "Did you find your purse? You know what I'm saying? Did you find your stuff?" I didn't get any response back. And then so I went to go, I haven't heard from her for like almost 2 months now. So it's like the end of August. So I go talk to my immigration attorney. My immigration attorney's like, yo, I don't know what's going on with that situation. But she did call me this morning because she finally got her permit to work. Her work permit came through. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, it came through a couple weeks ago. So she called me today she want me to figure out which way to go with that. And so she wanted the number to the Social Security office or whatever. So she was like, and I didn't know, and I put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into this process with her. And so you would think she would say, Tony, this is cool. I finally got my work permit. We're good. But she got her address changed and moved out and got her work permit. And she's moving. She got her own. She moved on with her own life. And so I went, and so my attorney is like, yo, you didn't know? And I told her, I said, I haven't seen her for 2 months. My attorney's like, what? You haven't seen her for 2 months? Well, and I said, well, I don't want to go ahead, proceed with this under this circumstances. And she said, look, if you proceed with this, it's going to throw everything she has into jeopardy. That work permit, so she lost her mom, her dad, her grandfather, her 2 sisters, all back in Ethiopia, and a lot of them since she left. And so I have flight benefits with Delta, so I can get her home like nothing. Once she gets that paper, you can go home weekly. So I was like, look, let's just, she didn't want to play. She didn't want to do it. So I lost my train of thought again, Your Honor. But yeah, so I was talking to my attorney was like, don't file until you think about it, Tony. Make sure you talk to her. She was like, have you talked to her? I said, I haven't talked to her too much. She said, make sure you reach out and do the best you can, because if you file this paperwork and this paper and there's no going back on it. They're going to put her into immediate deportation. And I have the recording. I can let you listen to it. I said, say it back again. And I recorded it so I could let her, and I let her brother listen to it. I let her family listen. I'm not trying to mess her up. This is what they said. We haven't contact. We don't know where we don't know what's going on with her. Boom. So that's why she had gave me that address. I went over there to see if I can contact her. I simply knocked on the door. I said, hello, is Saran there? There was a little Spanish lady and an older Black gentleman. And they were like, no, she's not here. They were very cordial, very nice. I said, okay, I'm sorry for interrupting your Sunday. You guys have a great afternoon. And I walked away. And that was it. I got in my car. I got out of there. But it wasn't like I was going there to harass her or anything else. I mean, she is running this thing, and she's trying to get me caught up in it to where I look like I'm the bad guy. But I am not perfect. But I do love Saran, and I have not done anything wrong to her since she's been here. Make no mistake. So, yes. I have a lot more evidence, Judge, but Saran breaks into, she hacks into I'm scared of her. She's maniacal. She breaks into my social media. She breaks into all my electronics, and she's into my life, like deep. Like, she knows where I go. She can manipulate. I got Joe Biden put my cousin on the third. He nominated her to be on the Third Circuit. So we went up there to see her, and I took these pictures with her. And they're gone out of my phone. I was like, what? How do these 4 pictures disappear out of my phone? I'm like, what's going on? But she's in my phone. she erases everything. I have evidence of her beating me. Since in the past few months, I have evidence of her beating me. I have evidence of her choking me. I have evidence of her scratching on me and cussing me. I have a junk removal business. I'm always trash nigger, broke nigger, trash nigger, broke nigger. I got all type of recordings, but she goes in there and she'll erase them. So I wish I had more for you today, Judge. But no, I don't need to contact her. I don't want to contact her. I just want to get through this mess we're in, get past this divorce and move on. I don't need a TPO because I have 12 years at Delta and they check my badge for a badge every year. And I don't need this dragging my record down with Delta right now. I'm not aggressive toward her. I don't go and chase her. I have moved on with my life. I have a company. I have a daughter. I have God. I am good. I don't need no problems in my life, Judge. I'm not after her. So please see that in me.
But in the video, you said you were going to kill her like a whore on the street.
That was foolishness. That was because I was 7,000 miles away from her, and I didn't have anything. But that
just jump in here,
and I'm sorry.
Cut him off. But there's videos and audios. I mean, that's just one video that I showed you.
But what is it? What do you have something that's happened in 2022? Videos, anything in 2022?
Yes, can I jump in? I can share it from my side.
When did this happen?
Before that, can I? Before that.
Answer my question. Nope.
Yeah.
When did you're going to show a video? When did it occur?
I'll be able to see it when I see the video. Can I share?
Well, you said it happened in 2022, but now you want to show something you don't know when it happened.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it does. I don't know what happened. I thought you asked me for the date. Is that what you asked me?
You're going to show a video. You got to tell me when it happened before I see it, because I don't want to see anything from 2020. I don't want to see it. I want to see something.
It happens this year, just maybe a few weeks before I left. I left around July 26th.
All right, go ahead.
So this is the pictures. Can you able to see?
What are the? Oh, wait a minute! Don't show anything. I cannot see.
Can you see? I'm sorry
about that. You can see it. Yeah, just keep flipping through it.
What are the dates on these?
Just 1 second.
Those pictures you show me, when were those pictures taken?
This is from the house.
The question is, when was it taken? So,
it was around July the 15th.
July of 2022.
Yeah,
yes. What is this video that's up here? Oh, okay. When was this?
This is a scratch in my back. And I will give you the exact date. Just one.
From having sex. This stuff is from either she's putting pictures in there that I didn't do, Judge. That stuff is of her skin. She has a bad skin issue, and I have to pay for her a skin treatment place in Buckhead so she can get her skin treated. and she's sitting up here saying that I beat her and I abuse her. This stuff is because her skin is messed up. When she was in Sweden, they gave her this skin cream that has steroids in it real bad. And she took it she was there for 7 years and took it for 7 years, and it messed up her skin. So now she has to go there and get her skin. Anything irritates her skin. So every time we have sex, she ends up with these marks, and she makes me take the pictures of them. And now she's coming in here to court telling you that I beat her and I abused her. I don't, Judge. I don't. That's a lie.
Counsel,
That
do you have any? Counsel,
So-
do you have any?
that's
No,
the picture
ma'am, no, ma'am. Ma'am, turn your camera back on. Sir, do you have any questions for him?
I know I don't have any questions for him. I don't.
All right, Mr. Montgomery, do you have any questions for her?
Do you go into my social media account? Do you go into my Google
All
account?
right, well, let her answer. Do you go in his social media account?
Objection, Your Honor. That's irrelevant. What she does or not. That's
Really irrelevant. That's for her. All
irrelevant.
my stuff.
Irrelevant.
My evidence from today got erased, Judge, on Monday. My evidence for today got erased.
Stop. Have you been into his social media account or Gmail or whatever it is he's talking about?
No.
Next question.
Judge, I have proof that she's been there. Please give me time.
I have his Facebook, and because me and him work for recycling company. He have recycling
Judge,
company.
bear with me, Judge. This is
Yeah.
from.
Okay, can I go ahead and finish?
No, you can stop. Let him. What? You have another
Judge,
question?
look at this. This is my Google page. Look at this is her iPhone 11. She was in there yesterday. Yesterday, she got my new password and got back in there. I left my phone. I went to work. I do my morning devotions on YouTube, and I went and left my phone and forgot it at home. And when she got back, she told me, I got your, I put spyware on your phone. She said, if you want some privacy, you got to get 2 new phones. And ever since then, she's been in my phone. And I changed the passwords, and she still gets in there. And this is not just one. This is my Google account. I check my iCloud. This is my Facebook account. Look at her iPhone 11. It says this device was in there 21 hours ago. Look, Judge.
So, why haven't you changed your password? Why didn't you get a new phone?
I did, Judge. I did. I did, and I logged out and everything on Wednesday. I did on every platform. I even had to call and spend 2 hours with Apple with the iCloud to get my iCloud changed up. So she is in my accounts, and she lies. She's lying profusely because she wants to set me up and make me look like an abuser so she can get a divorce and get her paperwork and stay here. She was on temporary status in Sweden. She told the Swedish authorities that her brother raped her. Then she said,
All right, stop. You weren't there. All right, counsel, closing.
Your Honor, my client is reaching out to the court because she has nobody else to turn to. She is here by herself. No parents, no sibling, no relatives, no friends. The man that is supposed to protect her, promised to protect her, is actually abusing her physically, emotionally. He has threatened her multiple times, and she's asking that her protective order be granted. Additionally, Your Honor, I'll also like to point out that Mr. Montgomery is under legal obligation to also provide her with financial support because that's what he signed. During his immigration petition, he signed a form called I-864, which basically says that he will protect the United States government from my client being a public charge, from collecting social,
she ran away from me, sir.
So therefore, he needs to be paying for some support for her temporarily. In addition,
I have proof that she's working right now.
In addition, just like she testified
Judge,
earlier,
can I speak to the proof?
It is because of his.
Let him finish, and then you can go.
Because of his doing that she lost her job, that she was making $1,400 a month, a place to stay, and food to eat.
Under the table.
That is because of his doing. In addition, like I said, he did sign a form basically obligating him financially to her until she's up and running on her own. Now, there's no question as
she
to whether he is
if she was
abusing her
married,
physically,
she's not
emotionally.
Mr.
married.
Montgomery,
I'm
He is
sorry.
very
let
much
him
in-
finish and then you can talk, I promise.
He claims that he is the one that is, he has evidence to show that he's beating her. You can see that he is the aggressor, that he is the one that is actually after her. There's no evidence to show that she's aggressive at all. I think she is in fear for her life. And I think it's best that he stays away from her. And then, like I said, I think it's also, his obligation to actually have some financial support.
Go ahead, Mr. Montgomery.
She's been working under the table since she threatened me when she first got here and said she was going to leave me if I didn't let her work. And then I let her work, and she's had 4 different jobs. She's saved up over $10,000, and she never will help me pay a bill in the house. All she would tell me is that this money is for Ethiopia. I haven't seen my family in so long. It's expensive to stay over there. I'm going to be over there for 3 months. I need $25,000. And so I take care of her, but she left, and she left me high and dry. And I bought her a $20,000 ring. I bought her a $10,000 ring. She didn't like it. She said I wasn't good enough for her. So I went back and I bought her a $20,000 ring. I bought her $2,000 necklaces. She has so much from me, and she's still coming in court looking like I haven't done for her. Judge, no, I've done everything I can for her. Up to this point, I've done everything I can for her. I love her, and I've taken care of her. There's no way I want to harass her or kill her or see bad on her life, Judge.
Your Honor, those are his words. Those
are my words.
Y'all realize this isn't immigration, right?
I know.
Okay.
I know.
And
I'm
you
sorry
realize
about it, Judge.
that when you bring somebody over here for another country, you're on the hook. What is it, 10 years, something like that?
Yes.
Judge, can I say something?
No. Do you know who that? Yeah, I really can't believe y'all hadn't worked out some sort of consent. One, I tell you this, because if CPO is put in place, he may lose his job. Now, there could be a consent where I extend the ex parte and there's no finding of fact until y'all can get to the divorce procedures and work it all out. Protection will be in place. There's no finding of fact. He won't lose his job. You lose your job, you can't pay for whatever.
Thank you, Judge.
Well, y'all went in there in the breakout room and didn't agree on anything.
And I told him the exact thing you just told him. And he's saying that she won't agree to it. He can only do what she can do.
Ma'am, you want him to lose his job? I mean, I want you to be safe, but I'm saying you can still have the protection. If there's a consent to extend the ex parte, you'll still have the protection. No finding of fact, he won't lose his job. Right now, if I put this in place, he's going to lose his job.
Your Honor, one comment I'd like to make regarding that is there's 2 streams of income here. The delta that he's speaking of is a very minor income there. There's $26,000. Your primary source of employment.
Do you want him to lose any of his job?
He testified.
Do you want him to lose any job? Do you want him to lose any of his work? Any whatsoever?
No, but he have a private.
Stand by and listen to me. I'm still saying, if y'all would like to agree to a continuance with a compliance, say in 90 days, you still have the protection. It's still in place, but there's no finding of fact. He won't lose his job, and y'all can get through the divorce and go your separate ways.
Your Honor, if 5 minutes would be sufficient to handle that, if you could, please, if I could have 5 minutes with my client, and then maybe I can meet with Mr. Montgomery.
You understand what I'm saying, counsel?
I do, yes.
Okay, so you do a consent. Like, if he hasn't been served, though, you don't have a court date for him to go back in front of anybody, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been served yet, no.
All right, well, I mean, I'll need to start that. All right, counsel. Ma'am, you go down and join that breakout room. Counsel, you hit it. You rejoin that breakout room. Sir, you stay here until he comes back and wants you to join, okay?
Okay.
So you stay right here. Counsel, you and her go in there and come right and talk to her really quickly and come right. It don't take long to explain that to her.
Yeah, I will not. Let me see. I'm not seeing the link.
You go back down where it says breakout room and you go join. Tell me about it, council.
Is she on? I see like it's just the three of us, or for some reason I don't see her in the meeting. Did she hang up?
Nope. She got to come back to the main meeting room. Here she comes.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we discussed Your Honor, and her position is that is if he is willing to at least temporarily support her. This is not about. That's the thing, like, because he's the one that is putting the burden on her, basically saying that I'm going to lose my job, and
No. I said that. I said he would lose his job, that I would still keep it in place, and she would be protected. But you know what? I mean, I find that there's been some violence. Period. Yes, yeah. I find that there's been violence, but if I'm giving her an option, he loses his job, that's on him. Right. Sometimes I just like to be a little creative if it helps.
That's why I'm offering it
put her in danger. So I'm not. Y'all deal with the immigration stuff yourself. I'm not an immigration judge.
Do you mind if I give him one more option to see if he can actually, because he did cause the losing of the job. I'm offering him to just actually even minimum contribution until she has another job. That's basically what we're asking, and then we can just kind of at least have a win-win for situation for everybody here.
Well, as far as immigration goes, isn't he supposed to send her money anyway?
That is the point that I was making earlier, but he's not fulfilling that obligation either. It is his responsibility. He did sign the form to basically.
So what is it are you saying that she needs?
That's not how it goes. You don't have to send her money. She's supposed to be married. We're supposed to be married. We're supposed to be married, and if she's not married, if we're not married, she's going to be put in deportation hearings.
Are you married or not?
We are married.
Okay. What is it you're saying she needs? Counsel?
Well, I'm basing my figures off of what she had before. So she needs $1,400 on a monthly basis, a place to stay, and a food to eat. So we've figured about $2,500 a month.
That's going to be handled in the divorce. Because I need to show figures. She's over here going to make up a bunch of lies today. I need to be able to get my attorney.
She did show up at her employment. She did lose her job because of that. The family that she was employed with.
That's a lie. She's still over there. She's on sitter.com. All her passwords, because she's in my Google account, what you don't know is all her passwords.
That has nothing to do with the abuse. That has nothing to do with abuse.
There is an immigration form that I signed, and if she's a victim of DV, she doesn't get deported. Now, since everybody on here is way smarter than me, tell me what it is she's going to need. If she can't work, sir, does she have, is she at the status so that she can work?
Yes, she does.
You haven't been served or accepted service for the divorce. So if they can't address it in the divorce, do you plan on acknowledging service?
Absolutely. I haven't received service. When they sent this TPO
I have emailed him as well as sent a process server there. He spoke through a door. He would not even open the door. He was looking through a P, pretending to be somebody else, although he is the only one that lives at that apartment.
That is a lie. Nobody came to my house yesterday.
I am testifying as
while I was there, nobody came to my house yesterday.
I am relaying to the court what I found out from the process server, Your Honor.
Who else was there yesterday?
My friend. He works with me. He works with me, picks up jobs with me, and he was waiting for me to pick up. We were going to go work a job later on.
So he told you they came by to serve you?
No, he didn't say anything about anybody coming over.
Does she have a place to stay?
She's currently staying with a friend from a church.
So is that yes or no? Does she have a place to stay?
Yeah, it's a temporary stay, yes, Your Honor.
But nobody wants to answer this personally. So what is the $1,400 a month for?
That was what she was being paid, and when Mr. Montgomery showed up at the job where she was terminated.
All right.
And I'm saying
where was she staying? Is she paying rent?
That was her salary, and then they were offering her. Well, let me give you a little bit of background.
They let her stay there for
The
free.
family
and she
hired
got
her to take
paid.
care of an elderly in the house. The doctor
Right.
had a mom that is an elderly. She hired her. She was paying her $1,400 a month, plus they were providing her with a room to stay and a food to eat. So she lost all of that because Mr. Montgomery showed up unannounced and possibly with a gun in his hand. That is what she was saying. So because of that, she was
I
terminated.
don't own a gun,
Now-
Judge.
All right. You can make 2 separate payments for, I'm going to put in here that the judge here in the divorce can make changes to this. So ma'am, this isn't like a never ending, stream of money. They make $1,400 total. Where you're staying, you still didn't say you pay anything, so you're gonna ask, and nobody wants to seem to answer my question directly. Y'all just want to tell me what y'all think y'all want me to hear, not what I actually want to hear. All right. So you can make them, sir, in 2 different payments. First, 15th, but you can start on October the 1st. How do you want to get counsel? Do you want him to send it to you and you give it to her?
Yes, let's do that, Your Honor.
All right. How do you want him to send it to you? Send it to your office?
Yes, he has my. I'll go ahead and share my information with him.
Put it in the chat. He can send it to your office. The first, you can do it all on the first. You do first 15, split it in half, $1,400 a month. We're going to put in this order that the judge here in the divorce can make any changes, sir. So if you get served, you get a lawyer, your lawyer, her lawyer. Y'all need to get together. Y'all need to work this out, but you can't come around her. Ma'am, this
How
means
do
you
I pay her $1,400 a month?
because you're going to send it to her lawyer. That's why it would behoove you. You're going to send it to her lawyer who'll give it to her. It would behoove you to hurry up, get in there and get a hearing in the
So
divorce.
what if I can't pay for it? What if I can't pay for it? Seriously, Judge, please.
How much money are you making, Tony?
I only make about $2,800 to $3,300 a month. I have a truck that I do junk removal from, and I have a part-time job at Delta. I work 5 to 10 Monday through Thursday, Judge. I don't have no full-time job at Delta. I don't make a bunch of money.
How much was that suit you wear?
That suit is from K&G for about $23.
You paid $23 for your suit.
My dad bought it for me. My mom's funeral. I thought it would provide help today. Judge, don't break me, Judge, and put me in jail behind this. I need something I can eat. She's throwing out these crazy numbers out here.
Well, she's got a free place to stay. What's she going to be using the money on? Tell me that.
Your Honor, it's difficult to say. It's a free place to stay. It's a temporary thing. I think she's going to.
Okay, but y'all are going to get in divorce court soon, right?
Right. This is all going to be
All right,
handled.
tell you what. Here you go.
Like you said, this is a temporary. He can handle.
I understand that, but this isn't a temporary in the divorce. So I tell you what, I don't know. $700 for October.
I don't have a place to stay, Judge.
$700 for October, $700 for November, and
Judge, that's way too much money.
$1,000 for December. If you're in front of the judge hearing the divorce, that judge can modify this. So maybe Mr. Montgomery, maybe you want to run down to the courthouse, get a copy of this file, acknowledge service, get a lawyer, and get in front of the judge here in the divorce to modify this.
Yes.
All right. That first payment is going to start October the 15th and the 15th each and every day after that.
So I shouldn't pay my child support? Judge, help me.
Counsel, you need to put your, I got to get your contact info. Are you doing this order, counsel?
I could do that, Your Honor, but I did send my address in the chat room. So
you got to put your whole name. It just says David B. I don't even know who that. I don't even know your last name. Have you filed an issue of appearance in this case?
No, I did not, Your Honor. I actually did file a motion for continuance. I didn't even think that this was going to happen today, but
All right. So here's what we're going to do. There you go. Mr. Montgomery, you and this gentleman talk. You got protection, ma'am. This is going to be in place. But I'll let the judge, if the judge wants to modify anything about as far as money, they can. But you two gentlemen need to get together and talk, or sir, you need to get your lawyer on that so that y'all can talk. Anything else?
just so that I understand, Your Honor, she is getting.
So it's going to be $700 for October and $700 for November. Right.
And then $1,000 for December.
Both of y'all to get in there because I haven't seen any financials and you're just shooting that off at the hip. So
Thank you. Thank
so
you,
maybe
Judge.
what you want to do is sell that $20,000 ring. You said you bought her $10,000, then you said you bought her a $20,000 ring, and you bought her thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. So if she needs money, maybe she needs to sell it. Maybe you need to give it back to him. Maybe he needs to sell it. Maybe both of y'all are living outside of your means.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
know. But
Yes.
you both need to stop. But you're not to have contact with her, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all put your emails in the chat. Once you do, you can both leave the meeting.
Let's leave the meeting.
Once you put your email in the chat so you can get a copy of this order.
Where's the chat button at?
I have no idea what kind of device you're on. Somewhere there's probably, if you're on your phone, there's three little dots. Click on that three little dots and it'll say chat, change the name. It'll say something.
Yes, I see it. I
There
need
you go. Put your email in the chat. We will send you a copy of it. Ma'am, we'll send it to your counsel. You put your email in the chat.
I was thinking about you.